Hello and good morning from Florida. It's Phil Thatch and Heather and I are at the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. Very excited to be here. It is 7:30 a.m., 48 degrees. I'm a little cold in this short sleeve shirt, but we're going to be working from the car today on the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. And it's supposed to open at 8, but the gate's open and I've already seen a car go in. So we're going to go ahead and go in. Heather and I will be shooting with our Canon gear. She's got the R7 and the 100 to 500, and I'm going to use the R5 Mark II. And I've got the 100 to 500. I've got the 800 f11. I've got the 1.4 teleconverter. I don't know what I'll be using. So we're going to get started, and hopefully we'll find some good birds here at the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive on Merritt Island near Titusville, Florida. I almost forgot that before we can enter the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive, I need to pay $10 in an envelope into this little thing. The way Heather and I work from the car, she sits in the back seat on the driver's side and I sit in the front seat, obviously on the driver's side. And then if we find a bird that's on the driver's side, we can both work from in the car. And we've both decided to put on jackets, so that's nice. The first bird we saw was a kingfisher, but it flew off before we could get a shot. But we definitely saw a tricolored heron, which usually tricolored herons are super common down here, but just haven't seen that many this trip. And it's so dim. It was 7:39 when I was taking pictures of it, and I had to shoot at 1/40th of a second. Here's my first shot from the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. It's a tricolored heron, not much light at all. This is 400 millimeters f7.1, and I'm at 1/40th of a second just holding the camera out the window of the car, and the ISO is 3200, but it was cool to see this tricolored heron. Here's another tricolored heron, still very early in the morning. I've sped my shutter speed up to 1/60th of a second now. This is 270 millimeters wide open at 5.6 and 2500 ISO. We have not been seeing much. And then I'd say we're more than halfway through the drive and all we'd seen is 2 or 3 tricolored herons. And then off to the right, we saw some spoonbills, but they were a long way away. And we were so spoiled yesterday photographing them in great light from 30 feet away. We didn't even stop. But one bird we have not seen is a reddish egret. And right here, there's a reddish and a snowy, and they've been interacting a little bit. Actually, there were 2 reddish for a while, but one of them, I think, walked around the corner where you can't see it. But we made some shots from a long distance, and I made some video clips too of the reddish. And it is cold. It's 46 degrees now, according to the thermostat in the car or the thermometer in the car. And it's cold for Florida. I'm wearing a puff jacket in Florida. Crazy. And it is 8:08 a.m. Sunrise was at 7:30. Oh, he flew off. Bye, reddish. That was awesome. Here's the reddish egret. It was a long way away, really struggled to get a good shot of it, but I did like the way the wind was blowing and it caused the feathers on its head to poke up in a humorous way. This is 1/200th of a second, f7.1, 500 millimeters and 800 ISO. Tricolored heron, the rarest of the herons that you'll see in America. And here is another shot of the same bird, 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/200th of a second, and ISO 640. This is Heather's shot of the reddish egret there that she got out of the side of the car. Her shot is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/320th of a second, and 1000 ISO. She's done a wonderful job processing this. It looks really nice. Here's a little bit of video of the tricolored heron interacting with a snowy egret. And now we'll go to super slow motion, 20% speed, and we'll see on this windy day, the tricolored heron will catch a minnow. There it goes. Ignore the snowy going by here. Keep watching the minnow and flip and eat. So there's the first minnow. And then just a few seconds later, the same tricolored heron spots another minnow a pretty good ways away. And it scampers over to try to get that minnow that it spotted, grabs it, and down the hatch. Pretty cool. We've just moved a little ways now, and there's a beautiful snowy egret over here fishing. Looks like another one just flew in. And we've been making photos and video clips of it. But now there's two. Oh, look at the wind blowing his feathers backwards. I love that. Heather got a shot of it. We also saw a juvenile white ibis here, and a tricolored heron came around the corner for just a second. Then it went back up in there. Here's the beautiful snowy egret. This shot is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/250th of a second, and 800 ISO. It was doing some fishing in this area on the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. Here's Heather's shot of the snowy egret that was fishing there on the side of the road. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/125th of a second, and 800 ISO. And she got another shot of it. I think she made this while I was making the video clip. I laughed about the way the feathers looked with the wind blowing them, and she was shooting at the time. So I think that's when this shot was made. This is 363 millimeters, f5.6, 1/160th of a second, and ISO 640. I made some more super slow-mo of the snowy doing some fishing. There it's caught a minnow. Shake it off, flip, and eat. Here's another one. This is 120 frames per second 4K on the R5 Mark II. There's another minnow. Let's dry that thing off a little bit and eat. And here's the last one. I'm playing back this 120 frames per second on a 24 frames per second timeline. So that's 20% speed. 3 minnows, just like that. We saw a northern harrier, probably a female, and it's hovering around just over the vegetation there in the distance. And I don't know if either one of us got a shot. I may have gotten one, but it was cool just to see one. Here's the closest to a good shot I got of the northern harrier. Some people call these marsh hawk, and other people call it the gray ghost. Pretty sure this one is a female. This is 500 millimeters f7.1. I used a fast shutter speed to try to freeze it 1/2500th of a second, and this is 4000 ISO. It was flying away, but it did look back and give me a nice look at its eye. Heather got a nice shot of the northern harrier. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/500th of a second, and 320 ISO. And you can see the vegetation. There is some green, but it's mostly brown there on Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. Right over here is another roadside tricolored heron, and it's finally getting to be enough light to where when I get out of the car and try to get a shot of it, I can actually get one. I don't know, maybe the shots earlier in the video where I was at 1/40th and 1/60th of a second turned out, but this one I think I was at 1/200th or 1/250th, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay. Here's another tricolored heron. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/250th of a second, and 1000 ISO. And earlier in the winter, there was a hard freeze in Florida, and a lot of these plants that are normally green all year round were dead. So that was interesting and different for the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. And here's another shot of that same bird with the exact same settings, 1/250th of a second, 500 millimeters. Wide open at 7.1. Here's a great blue heron, a bird that we see all the time back home in Tennessee. This one's 363 millimeters f5.6, 1/250th of a second, and 400 ISO. There's a little section where you turn to the left and leave the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive loop, and it comes back to this little watery area. And we've had pretty good luck here in the past. We've gotten spoonbills here in the past, and I think a wood stork. Today we came back here and we both got a shot of a tricolored heron. Here's another tricolored heron. Beautiful little bird. 500 millimeters f7.1. I'm all the way up to 1/500th of a second for this shot, and this is 1250 ISO. Heather also made a photograph of this tricolored heron. She got it at 500 millimeters f7.1. She's at 1/800th of a second and 800 ISO. So we were on the road heading out. It turns into a paved road, and it's basically a straight shot out of here, and you're basically done with the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. And there's a dead tree right over here, and in the top of it was an osprey, and we got some high key shots of it. I ended up with plus 2 2/3 for my exposure compensation. The sky was completely blown out, but that put a decent amount of exposure on the bird itself. And here's the high key shot of the osprey on the top of that tree, and this bird has been captured and banded on both legs. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/500th of a second, and 1250 ISO. It's always nice to see an osprey. Heather got 2 shots of the osprey on the top of the tree there as we were exiting the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/800th of a second, and 640 ISO. Really cool pose on this one, I thought. Being able to see both eyes is always fun on an osprey. And here is another shot that she got, 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/800th of a second, and 800 ISO. Good old high-key osprey photography for the win. Now we are on Biolab Road, which is another driving scenic thing to do on Merritt Island. It's the first time we've ever come to Biolab Road. And on this side, there's a huge open water area where, I don't know, maybe we'll see a manatee or a dolphin. And on this side, there's just a little creek on this side of the berm. And we've already seen a tricolored heron and a snowy. And I got a photograph of a great blue heron that was standing on top of a decapitated palm tree. Here's my first shot on Biolab Drive, and it's a great blue heron on the top of a decapitated palm tree. I thought it was a interesting pose, and this is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/500th of a second, and 500 ISO. There's 3 posts and 3 cormorant. 3 posts and 3 double-crested cormorant. There's also some ducks flying by in the background. My focus point was this bird right here, and I kind of like this as a landscape photography shot. And Heather made a shot of this too, but had a completely different composition. Here's Heather's shot of the double-crested cormorant, the far right one. This is also the bird I focused on, but she managed to fill the frame with it. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/640th of a second, and 640 ISO. Beautiful turquoise eyes on the double-crested cormorant. Here's a nice mature tricolored heron that Heather photographed. This is a 400 millimeter shot on the Canon R7. She used the Canon R7 for all of her photos, and I used the R5 Mark II for mine. 400 millimeters, wide open at 6.3, 1/640th, and ISO 250. Here's a close-up shot of a turkey vulture that was right on the side of the road. This is 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/500th of a second, and 1000 ISO. There is a little grass causing foreground bokeh here, but otherwise it's just a close-up shot of the beautifully ugly turkey vulture. I made this great blue heron shot in the wind, and I almost didn't use it when I saw that its eyes were closed, but then I thought, you know what, that's interesting to me. It's so windy and it was so unseasonably cold for Florida, and this bird was just in the wind and taking a nap in the damaged vegetation from the frost that had happened a month or so earlier. What a day to be on Biolab Drive, seeing the sleepy great blue heron. This is 500 millimeters, f7.1, 1/500th of a second, and 800 ISO. Here's a beautiful tricolored heron. This is 400 millimeters, f6.3, 1/500th of a second, and 500 ISO. They're on Biolab Drive. Here's another tricolored heron. This one is slightly subadult. It's just starting to get its adult coloring. And this one's 500 millimeters, f7.1, 1/640th of a second, and 1000 ISO. Beautiful full adult tricolored heron in the frost damaged vegetation. This is another 500 millimeter shot at f7.1, 1/640th of a second, and 500 ISO. And here's another tricolored heron. This vegetation still has green on it, so that's good. 500 millimeters f7.1, 1/640th of a second, and 500 ISO on this one. Kind of a high key shot here. Here's Heather's photograph of a tricolored heron in the cold, damaged vegetation. It's a 400 millimeter shot at f6.3, 1/1000th of a second, and 800 ISO. Look how blue the lures are on this tricolored heron. We may have gotten a couple of anhinga in this area, so that's pretty cool. Nice, rich, black-colored birds. Look at the feet on this anhinga. That thing can really swim, It catches fish underwater, swims after it to get it. Really cool. This is a 300 millimeter shot at f5.6, 1/640th of a second, and 400 ISO. And I got another shot, I think, of the same bird. This one's 254 millimeters, f5.6, 1/640th, and 400 ISO. And here's another Anhinga. This is a different one. This one's 400 millimeters, f6.3, 1/640th, and 1000 ISO. And here's Heather's shot of the Anhinga on the branch there with the amazing feet. This is 254 millimeters on the R7, wide open at f5, 1/320th of a second, and 640 ISO. Oh, common gallinule. For some reason, our family, we call them chicken duckies. And we just found and photographed a couple of them. This is a common gallinule, the bird that my family calls the chicken ducky for some reason, just because it's fun to do. This is a 500 millimeter shot at f7.1. It's 1/500th of a second and 1250 ISO. Heather got a beautiful shot of the common gallinule, or chicken ducky as we like to call it, 254 millimeters, f5, 1/320th of a second, and 500 ISO. Just saw a couple of tricolored heron in a spot where I could get off the road and get out of the car and kind of get down the bank a little bit and get some low angle shots on them. So I got kind of carried away looking at those guys. I was able to get down pretty low to the water for this shot of this fully adult tricolored heron, and it has caught a fish. So that's pretty cool. I love that even though there's waves in the water, the reflection of the eye is nice and sharp, and you can see the fish squirming. You know what's about to happen to him. This is 500 millimeters, f7.1, 1/320th of a second, and 500 ISO. Really love this shot of this tricolored heron. Beautiful, beautiful bird. And I love the background in this shot as well. It's another 500 millimeter shot at f7.1. This one's 1/400th of a second and 640 ISO. Just a beautiful shot all the way around. One of my favorites of the day, I think. Here's a snowy egret in some foliage that took damage in the frost. This is 500 millimeters, f7.1, 1/1600th of a second, and 200 ISO. Old golden slippers, the snowy egret. Thanks for watching our trip to the Blackpoint Wildlife Drive, and for the first time ever for us, Biolab Road. A lot of fun here on Merritt Island. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, take a second and hit thumbs up. If you want to see some more stuff like this, subscribe and hit the bell. As always, we hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.